Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Coming at you, talking about uh, the internet and the advancement of technology. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bible clearly speaks of advanced technology. Okay, the good book speaks of advanced technology. Technology has always existed at different levels, and its use have been put to use according to its times and purposes. Its time, its time and purpose. Since we are living in what is called the age of Aquarius, according to the modern ideology, okay, what I call the age of stupidity. This last human generations it will be the last. It cannot, ladies and gentlemen, listen to me what I'm saying here. It cannot advance. It cannot go on while it is simultaneously self-destructing itself. So this is the last generation, whether you want to believe it or not. Technology has always existed. Okay? Because technology was given to man by the fallen angels. Now, does that mean that our concept of technology is only being used for evil? Well, for the most part, in this modern matrix, in this modern society that we live in, yes, it is. Because what God has in store, once this garbage is taken out of the way, this generation, ladies and gentlemen, goes way beyond any technology that you can even begin to imagine. Technology is the gene's purposes to make a mockery out of the human creation on this earth. And boy, have they succeeded. I mean, you got ladies coming on Facebook looking so ridiculous, looking as prostitutes, selling themselves. And what is the end there? And what is technology in the first place? Technology is the frequency of energy, right? How does the spirit work? Through frequency and through frequency of energy. So technology is the mirror image as to how the negative spiritual forces work on this planet. And the people that fall into its trap have nothing or no one to blame but themselves. See, you got to understand everything in its historical aspect. In fact, look at the links that I'm going to send to you so you see what I mean. Technology controls our lives. You go to the bank, technology. You go to work, you got to use a computer. Even the cars that you drive. Let's go real quick, because this is going to be a short video, whether you want to believe it or not. One of the reasons that my long videos are not that they are not liked, but people don't have the time, is because the human mind is conditioned to get away from long things, from Even when we start reading a book, we read it for a little bit and then we put it to the side, right? I mean, we can spend hours on the internet, but we cannot dedicate a few minutes to finding out the truth as to who we are. Okay, so let us go to Daniel. Let us go to the book of Daniel in the Bible, in the Holy Book. Chapter 12, the book of Daniel. Okay? But I'm going to start on verse 3. Chapter 12, I was going to start on verse 4, but I'm going to start on verse 3. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, and they that turn many to righteousness as the star forever and ever. 4. But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased. Now you tell me if this is not talking about this modern society that we live in. Aren't people going to and fro? Hasn't knowledge increased exponentially? So the reality, ladies and gentlemen, is on this quick video is that you got to understand the history of technology, what it is, so you don't fall into its trap, so you don't become addicted to it. I mean, look at the cell phone. It's called smartphone. What a mockery. Smartphone. You know why? Because it has outsmarted the human mind. And hence, the human mind is addicted to it, because people don't realize the power that they have in their hand when they have a cell phone. That's a powerful tool, ladies and gentlemen. Believe me, that's a very powerful tool. But instead of using it properly, we become addicted. We become it becomes a drug. Especially when you see this whores, this prostitute coming on Facebook. Okay? Showing their nakedness. When that is totally prohibited in this holy book. A woman's nakedness belongs to her man, not to the world. So, ladies and gentlemen, I told you this was a very short video, and I kept my promise. But before we go, let us go to the wills of Ezekiel's wills, okay? Ezekiel, the book of Ezekiel 1, verse 1. Now it came to pass in the 30th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river of Kibar, that the heavens were open and I saw visions of God. Verse 2. In the 5th day of the month, which was the 5th year of King Jehoiachin's captivity. Three, the word of the Lord came expressly unto Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzi, in the land of the Chaldeans by the river Kibar. And the land of the Lord, and the hand of the Lord was there upon him. 4. And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. 5. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures, and this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man. Verse 6. And everyone had 4 faces, and everyone had 4 wings. 7. And their feet were straight feet, and the sole of the feet was like the sole of a calf's foot. And they sparkled like the color of burnished brass. Verse 8. And they had the hands of a man under the wings, and the 4 sides, and they 4 had their faces in the wings. 9. The wings were joined one to another. They turned not when they went. They went everyone straight forward. Verse 10. As for the likeness of their faces, they 4 had the face of a man, and the face of a lion, and on the right side, and they 4 had the face of an ox on the left side. They 4 also had the face of an eagle. 11. Thus were the faces, and the wings were stretched upward. 2 wings of every one were joined one to another, and 2 covered their bodies. 12. And they went everyone straight forward. Whither the Spirit was to go, they went, and they turned not when they went. Verse 13. As for the likeness of the living creatures, their appearance was like burning coals of fire, and like the appearance of lamps. It went up and down among the living creatures, and the fire was bright, and out of the fire went forth lightning. And the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash, of lightning. Verse 15. Now, as I beheld the living creature, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with his 4 faces. Verse 16. The appearance of the wheels and the work was like unto the color of a beryl. Beryl. B-E-R-Y-L. And they 4 had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as if with a wheel in the middle of a wheel. 17. And they went upon their 4 sides, and they turned not when they went. 18. As for the wings, they were so high that they were dreadful, and the wings were full of eyes round about them 4. 19. And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. 20. Whithersoever the Spirit was to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to go. And the wheels were lifted up over against them, for the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. 21. When those went, this went, and when those stood, this stood, and when those were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up over against them, for the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels. So, real quick, ladies and gentlemen, you see where I'm going with this? Technology has always existed, but it has been like it is a freaking joke the way this last generation has used it. In fact, missiles. I mean, the balance of peace and war depends on technology. A computer error could start a war among nations, which, by the way, is predicted. So technology have been misused and abused. Okay? And humanity has become its slaves. This is the new slavery, but not in shackles and chains. No. This is a mental slavery. Come out of her, the Bible clearly states. On chapter 18 of Revelation. If you don't have yourself a Bible, I suggest that you do. You get one for yourself. Now here's what I am that I am clearly states in the Bible. I am that I am is God himself. So here's what he says. Chapter 18, Revelation, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that you not be partakers of her sins, and that you receive not of her plagues. So you see, I have gone over the span of attention of the human brain, which is more than 15 minutes. Okay? But please forgive me. You can stop at 15 minutes if you want to, if you come across this video. But I want you to understand that we have been played. The so-called extraterrestrial beings that you see on the sky, they do not exist. Yet we have people that have subscribers up in the millions with their channels. Because I mean, human being by nature, by its very essence, we are curious creatures. We are curious living souls. And you know what they say, curiosity killed the cat. Well, ladies and gentlemen, so all these channels that you see out there talking about extraterrestrial, man, don't waste your time with them. You want to look at them, go ahead. About these flying machines all over the planet. About these noises all over the planet. But the reality is that these are simple jinns, the fallen angels, still playing on the human creation and making a mockery of it. And the ones that control this planet, the Edomites, the people that came from Esau, they know it. They worship that. They worship them. That is their God. That's why they have it even on the dollar bill. Okay? Okay? Take a look at your dollar. What does it say there? In God we trust. Well, guess what? With that money, they pay for human sacrifices through abortion, which is that is exactly what it really is. Let's call it for what it is. Let's call a spade, okay? Let's not mince words here. That's what it is. As human sacrifice. That money that says in God we trust also pays for wars. That money that says in God we trust, for which we work so hard for, okay? That monetary system, which by the way is on its deathbed, the dollar will collapse very, very soon. Okay? So that money that said in God we trust is used to create diseases, not to treat it. They live off human miseries. Remember, they're not going to be stupid enough to, even if they have the cure, which they don't, even if they have the cure, they will not give it to you, because how a doctor is going to believe in if everybody's cured? How are they going to make a living? Think about it for a minute. So I'm just planting the seed in your mind. That is the purpose of this video. Okay? Don't become a prisoner of the internet. Don't become a slave to this matrix that we're living under. May God bless you. That's all I have for now. May God bless you, ladies and gentlemen. I am that I am is his true name. And in Hebrew, his name is Asher Ahaya. Okay? So, you got to understand, ladies and gentlemen, this, I know I just said bye, but I forgot this. Technology is also, has impacted and has reshaped our concept of reality. Okay? In these last days that we are living. Alright? So do not get it twisted. Everything is a lie on this planet. In fact, even the word NASA itself means deceived. NASA in Hebrew means deceived. Do your research. This is all for now. Until then, God bless you.